So anyway, we are starting with our final session of Project Paper Tiger, and last time you boys arrived arrived at the small town in Pacific Northwest, the name of which I'm deliberately avoiding because it doesn't matter. It's just a small town, one of many, but it has some problems. Mainly, people have been dying from mysterious illness, causes no one knows. No one except you, of course. The agents of Delta Green, also known as the Program. You found out that it's linked somehow to the old Fugo project from World War II, when Japanese sent balloons ostensibly filled with incendiary devices to start fires in the US. But after you've discovered the secret Majestic 12 stash in a bunker in a small airfield base, you've also discovered that some of those balloons carried something far more sinister, something cursed. They're priests, bound spirits into payloads, evil spirits, malign spirits. And perhaps what happens now in the town, the death of those foresters and the firefighters has to do with such a spirit. And if I recall correctly, you've now entered the town itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were just about to.
What?
My last note
Yeah?
was that we were going to check where the forester found the bomb, and we were going to ask at the hospital.
Yeah.
And that everybody inside the town is trying to act normal, and there haven't been any fatalities since the bomb squad tried to do whatever they did when they first found the unexploded ordnance.
Yes. As you, Brian, you were saying something, but again, you broke up slightly. So if you could repeat that, I'll be obliged.
Oh, I said we were just about to enter the town, I think.
Yeah. You are walking, through the actually almost deserted streets of this very small town, and has this feeling of of quiet tension. Like, you see people behind windows in their houses, and in stores, in small cafes. They look like they are acting normal, but you can see that they are all afraid, and that's when it hits you. This town, it has this aura of fear hanging above it. It's like people are expecting that at any moment something will happen. And it's bright day. It's warm, It's a very nice weather. The air is clean, fresh. You can smell, of course, home cooked meals and pastries from a nearby bakery. Almost no cars are on the road. I mean, all of them are at the sidewalk, but no one is driving a car. But it's like this unquiet quiet, so to speak. And it also gets to you. You feel the hair on the back of your necks standing up. Where are you going first? Or what are you going to do?
We're wearing hazmat gear, right?
Yeah. According to the notes, we were given hazmat and put them on.
And they are very unpleasant to wear. I think Michael commented on that.
Yeah. I used to wear a SCBA-4 negative airflow suit for a while, and I worked in that for about 4 hours in the middle of fucking summer in fucking Alabama. I wanted to die. I was probably walking around about a cup of my own sweat in my boots.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, and that's again, you see that, of course, you're being noticed by the people here. They look at you through the windows, and there's no surprise that when they look at you, they either quickly avert their gazes, or they keep staring with this mixture of fear and perhaps resentment, loathing. It's not like they hate you per se, but your presence here, it reminds them of what is happening. Plus, yes, it's not pleasant to stroll around in this hazmat suits.
Can they see our faces through the visors?
If they're close enough.
Okay.
Yeah, only if they're close enough, really. It's not like the visors are one way, but they obscure your features. Yeah. So, is it the hospital first? You see from the signs that it's nearby. Again, this town is very small, so
Yeah, I think we should go to the hospital, fellas, and find out where the foresters were when they found the bomb.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Dum-to-dum.
Dum-to-dum-to-dum-to-dum.
So do you believe this is what they're saying it is?
Come again? Sorry?
Spirits.
Oh, you're asking your friends. I mean, your
yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
And not too loud. I don't want anyone else to hear.
No one is on the street except for you guys.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm beginning to wonder if the bomb, in air quotes, was one of these spirits in a lantern or some kind of container.
Yeah, remember that you have the lantern. If I recall correctly, you've took it from the airbase, but I'm not sure where it is now. If it's with you, or did you left it in your car?
Well, I thought didn't we go to the drop at the yeah. So we went to the abandoned gas station and left the package in the back of the truck. So I think I think we left all that stuff for Delta Green to pick up some.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't sense any anomalies with the lantern.
No, nothing happened when you were carrying the lantern. There was the lantern, there was the ring with both the symbols, and there were notes.
No, I'm saying that I don't believe it's that. I believe it's something chemical. This is something biological. This is not spirits in a balloon.
said the guru.
No, like I just said, I didn't sense any anomalies or any auras coming from the lantern.
I just had bad dreams.
Yeah, I don't really remember much. I think I just had trouble sleeping.
Well, you're not exactly. I mean, you were sleeping in your car in the truck, and it wasn't exactly pleasant. So you're all a bit cranky, aching here and there. But fortunately, eventually, you arrive in front of a small town hospital. To your absolute, lack of surprise, there's no one standing outside. Oh, and my bad. The foresters died, and after them, the bomb squad guys.
Right.
There were no firefighters.
Okay, but the bomb squad guys were the last ones who died.
Yes. Well, the last ones that you knew of.
Yeah.
So you enter inside, I presume, and you see that there's no one in the main hall. There's only a single receptionist, a young man who is quite scared. He was quite scared even before you walked in, because when you were walking through the door, you saw that he was, he's sitting behind the desk. In front of him, he has of course, a computer, but it looks like he's constantly looking around him, checking every corner. It's like he's expecting that something will, simply appear there. And of course, this hall is very well lit. It's daylight outside, and there are lights inside. And when he sees you, he's like, "Huh!" And he stands up, almost at an attention. Welcome to our humble hospital. How may I help you? Who are you exactly? Are you like the second bomb squad?
We're looking for information about where the bomb was located, and we're tasked with removing it if possible.
Oh Christ! The bomb. I mean the bomb that that those men tried to remove. It wasn't removed, sir. It was detonated.
Okay. All right. Well, we need to look at the site where the detonation occurred to try to figure this predicament out.
Richard, what's going on here? You hear a male voice, an older male voice, and an elderly black man emerges from one of the rooms in the back. It's clear that he's a doctor. You know, he has the appropriate clothing. He has the stethoscope on his neck. You know, it also looks like he's either very tired or very afraid and very tired. You're not sure which. You see that on the badge on his chest it says Walker Rios. That's the name, by the way.
Okay. It just occurred to me. Is anybody taking notes?
Yeah, I've created documents. So, but if Michael is again too sick to note, then I would ask one of you to take notes. I mean, they don't have to be super specific. You know, this is our last session.
I'm gonna be hopping off periodically to go throw up.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all do your thing.
All right. Let me open up a document.
Yeah. Thank you, Sean. You know, just for the future, in case we'll return one day maybe.
Yeah. But document.
Yeah. So anyway, the man approaches you. Hello, I'm Dr. Rios. I wasn't expecting anyone from CDC here. I didn't get any call. He looks at you and he looks both surprised but also kind of relieved. He looks like someone who's been expecting some kind of, help probably for some time now. And it's very clear that he hasn't been sleeping at all. The same with the young man behind the desk. They have baggy eyes. They have sallow skin. They look like people who are at the end of their, at the limit of their endurance, of their,
What's the situation here?
Well, first of all, I'm sorry, but who am I speaking to? Can you show me some IDs, please? Like I've said, I didn't got any memo from CDC that they would send their people in. I mean, I'm very happy that they did, but unless you found a way to stop this thing.
Do we still have our Homeland Security?
Yeah, you have your badges. That's how you got. That's how you got into town.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you show him.
Yeah.
He looks, at the badges like Homeland. Wow, that's a step up. Well, agents.
Revolving situation.
Yeah. Well, how can I help you on this fine day? He says. Richard, be so kind and make us both a cup of coffee, unless you people also want some. But and he points at the hazmat suits.
Yeah, I'll pass on the coffee. Thank you, Doctor.
Although I'm not sure if they are really necessary given what's happening here.
Well, that's actually what we came to find out.
We'd like to take a look around the site of the bomb and explosion, and make some determinations for ourselves.
Tell them about her, Doctor Richard, please. Coffee. Yes. And the kid is like walking to a small room behind his desk, and it's like a recreation room. There's a coffee machine, there's a snack machine, stuff like that. But he steals a glance after glance towards you, with this unsure look on his face, He starts making some coffee, and Dr. Rios is like, "Please follow me to my office, if you'd be so kind, of course."
You know what? I might have that coffee after all.
Very well. Richard, make 3 coffees, please.
I'm gonna hang out with. Is it Richard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with him.
Okay, so
I want to find out what's going on.
So we're going to him, and McLean, Power, you're walking with the doctor, or also staying? Because it's clear that the doctor doesn't want to talk to you in front of the young man. Like,
I'll go with the doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going with the doctor. Because we're the stable team.
Yeah. Very.
I'm a wild card, man. I'm always trying to leave the options open here.
No, I know, but it's just funny how the two guys who are like PTSD poster children are always going in and talking to these people.
You're walking to a very small, room, which is Dr. Rios' office. It's also clear to you that this man is not the director of the hospital. It's, he's just one of the doctors who are working here. Again, except for him and the young man, you haven't seen anyone here. Although you did heard, a few people upstairs, because it's like a 2-story building. Doctor sits behind his desk. You can also see that in one corner of his office there's a bundled sleeping bag and and a small pillow. There are empty plastic coffee cups on his table, too many for any healthy person to be drinking, so much. There are also pills. You're not sure for what exactly, but there's a large bottle of pills. The doctor sits with this, loud creak behind his table. So, please, how can I help you?
Well, we've come into town because we're trying to ascertain what exactly happened here, and make some sense of it all, and see if we can get you guys unquarantined, or what really happened.
Well, I don't know how much your agency told you, but I think it was 7 days ago, a week ago, I believe. Some of our foresters, some of people from this fine town, they found something deep in the woods of some mountains nearby. They took a few pictures. They came back to town and reported it to local police. And the initial findings were that a balloon bomb payload dating from, I believe, Second World War had been found. I mean, it's not. We were told that it's not particularly dangerous if you avoid triggering the high explosives or incendiaries. So our local bomb squad dealt with it, and everything returned to normal, or should have been normal. It even made for a bit of a human interest story for a bit. And then 3 days later, the 2 foresters were admitted to this very hospital with a high fever. And they passed on within 24 hours. Another few days later, I don't even remember where exactly, because I'm sorry, but I have a bit trouble with sleeping lately. The members of the bomb squad that detonated the device were also admitted, and they passed the next morning. After that, the CDC has swooped in and quarantined the town and the site. The town. And they've told us to stay within the perimeter, not to contact the outside world, and to wait for this whole thing to end. But it's not ending. I mean, they've told us that it's some kind of an unknown biological or chemical payload from the war. That's why I've told you not to. I mean, sorry, no, I didn't. I told you that you can actually take this off. Yeah, my bad. You see, that's what happens when you don't get any sleep, right? But I mean,
that's okay, Doctor. I understand.
yes.
So,
yes.
so do you know where any of the files from the photographs from the foresters or any of the paperwork from the bomb squad? Do you know
police
the location of
station,
any of that?
local police station, but
Okay.
you might have trouble getting there.
Trouble getting there?
I mean, no, not getting there is fine, but you might trouble speaking with anyone at the police station.
Why would that be?
I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Because mostly they are sick and most of them are dead.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That's unfortunate.
I don't know how much your agency told you, but there have been many more fatalities since the bomb squad passed away.
Okay.
And they've all been the same: high fever, and that's it. And we've tested everything. There is no biological or chemical agent involved. There is nothing in their blood. There's nothing in their marrow, in their brains, in their hearts, nothing. They've all some of them, we found out that they were, for example, few of the people here had high cholesterol, high sugar.
Right.
2 or 3 even, had mostly benign, but still tumors, but nothing fatal at this stage.
Yeah.
But nothing, no smallpox, no Ebola, no cholera, no anthrax or anything like this. Nothing.
Yeah, it's very, very perplexing.
People mostly stay indoors right now. They don't want to come out of their homes, and they are dying in their homes because of that.
So it has spread throughout without people having actual contact with the site.
No, people after the bomb squad passed away, people have been avoiding this place entirely. They have been avoiding the forest, and when further fatalities started to occur, they've been avoiding everything. Sometimes they only come out to get some food, some water. In a few cases, they've been visiting either local drugstore or us for some medicine for their relatives who have some problems like insulin, stuff like that.
Right.
But that's it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure that you've noticed this when you've entered the town.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, understandable under the circumstances. There's something going on. People are scared. They don't know what's happening, and that's why we've been sent in here is to try to help figure it out.
Well, then I hope that you will, because if you won't, then soon there will be no town to speak of.
Yes,
we are dying, Agent. This town is dying out. Every day people get sick, high fever, and then they pass away. You see that you can roll, I believe human in this case would be appropriate.
Okay. We'll roll my terrible human.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have plus 20%, by the way, max, because
Oh, plus 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus 20. Woo! Bam!
Maybe it's the fucking suit. You're not sure, but yeah.
I fart in my own suit and I get distracted.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Agent Johnson, you are you're pulling your helmet off. Bran?
Oh.
Oops.
You lose him?
I hope not.
I can't see the Discord server anymore. I covered it up with the...
No, I mean Brian, you are
Muted?
Yeah, for some reason you are...
Oh, sorry. I was muted.
now it's fine. Okay.
No, I actually just wanted to talk to this guy away from the doctor.
Okay, sure. Well, you see that the kid, is preparing the coffee. His hands are shaking horribly. It's like he has either a fever himself, or it reminds you of a person who put drugs away after a long time using them, and is now having the shakes. He.
I'll take over and put the sugar and cream in there, but I want to take forever doing it.
Sure.
Like while I'm talking.
It's almost like he's grateful to you. He's like breathing this sigh of relief and moving quite away. Once again, you've noticed that even in this very small room, like two people here, it's almost a crowd. He nervously looks at every corner.
Richard, right?
Yeah. Richard Dembowski.
You seem like the guy that knows exactly what's going on around here.
Well, I mean, people. It's like people get sick, right? And they are getting a fever, and then they are dying, and yeah. And
I'm like,
it's clear to you that he's freaking terrified.
have you gotten much sleep?
No, ever since this started. I mean, after the bomb squad died, and more people started dying. I can't really sleep well, and besides, I don't really want to sleep anyway.
Well, hopefully it's gonna be over soon, Richard.
You see that it's clear that again he wants to say something, but he's very afraid. You can try and row if you want, or you can maybe convince me how you want to make him speak more.
Is that humans?
Yeah, but you can roleplay this if you prefer. Same with Fusion, you'll be able to maybe try to get some more info by RPing it correctly if you
Yeah.
Just remember, if you want to roll human and for example you botch, then he might just clamp up and not say a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Trying to think of an approach for this.
Sure.
How long have you been on this shift or here at the hospital, Richard?
Well, I'm the only receptionist left, sir. So
you've seen everybody in and out.
Well, I mean in the first few days after it all started, there were 3 of us, but now I'm the only one left. The only one that's still here.
Well, look, these doctors, these specialists, they're zeroing in on things, but you've seen everything, Richard.
Yeah.
You've seen it all.
Well, it's not only me who's seen it all, sir, he says. There are...
Who else?
Most of the town now. That's why they're not coming out. Because they are afraid of her.
Who's she?
You see that he looks, over your shoulder to make sure that probably Dr. Rios is not there. Look, I mean, Rios, he could probably get me fired, but good luck with that, right? but he wouldn't want me to say this, even though he admitted that he's seen her as well. This, whatever it was in the forest, whatever it was in that balloon or whatever, it wasn't no biological bomb or chemical bullshit or something. People started seeing this woman dressed all in white, but with long dark hair covering her entire face. She's been appearing mostly at night, but lately even during the middle of the day, usually to a single person or 2 people, never to large groups. And when those people, when they saw her, later they started to get sick. And so now everyone is afraid that this is some kind of devil or demon or whatever it is. I don't know, sir. I mean, I know this is probably very stupid to you, but I saw her as well. Only once from far away.
Does she have a name?
No, she never speaks. She never does anything. She's just standing there. You know, her face completely covered. But she has this strange white dress. It's like not from here. It's like Eastern or something. And her hands are pale. They are almost white. I saw her during the day, and they are so white. They are so clear. I mean, I don't feel sick yet. I don't have a fever, but I'm afraid that if I'll see her next time, I will.
But those that have gotten sick have seen her.
Yes, but from what I understood, they saw her like from closer, like she was in their rooms, or she was. One guy said he's dead now. That that he saw this woman in a male's bathroom. In a nearby yeah, in a nearby convenience store. Like, he saw her in the mirror. When he turned around, she wasn't there, and then he got sick, and he died the next day in this hospital. I'm telling you, whatever they found in this forest, whatever it was in this balloon, it's something completely unnatural. It's no chemical warfare. It's some like fucking mumbo jumbo.
Why wouldn't the doctor talk about this?
Because he's not believing this. He's saying that it's some form of mass hysteria. That's some form of mass hallucination, perhaps due to some fungal infection or maybe some undisposed ancient Japanese ordnance from Second World War that it's affecting everyone in town. But it's bullshit. It's not. Like, people. This isn't natural, man. I'm afraid that if I go to sleep, if I close my eyes, or if I lay in my bed and in my room at night, then I'll see her standing over my bed and she'll take my soul.
I'll get to the bottom of it, Richard.
Please don't tell this. Please don't tell this to Dr. Rios. I mean, he's a good man, but and he tries to help. He's one of the last few doctors still standing, and he's on his last legs, like all of us.
There's something floating in this coffee. Thank you, though.
Okay. Back to Agent McLean and Agent Power. You're in the Dr. Rios' office. So,
yep.
McLean, do you want to proceed in any way after the roll?
Okay, hold on. I need to. I got so engrossed in note taking that I forgot what I was doing. Okay. So, okay. So I say, Doctor, I'm really sorry that this has happened to you in your town, and I realize that it's very stressful. Do you have anybody left here helping you?
Richard, and 2 or 3 nurses still left. You think that he wanted to say alive, but he didn't finish it like that. But mostly people, they don't come to our hospital anymore. Most of them are just, they are passing away in their homes. Some few of them try to, they didn't try to leave the town, but they went out into the forest, and they never returned. We found few people even in their cars. They were apparently too afraid to stay in their houses, in their flats, in their apartments. Sorry, flat is a British word. In their apartments. So they went to their
British kick.
Yeah. They went to their cars and, well, they were found in the morning, almost always in the morning, dead. So mostly we are just waiting for this whole thing to end, I guess.
So
we've kind of lost
is
hope.
that,
I mean, there was our local priest was, trying to keep the people's spirits up until he also died.
That's very sad. So do you feel like there's a pattern of people dying at a specific time?
Well, when they were still admitting themselves to our hospital, some of them during the day, some of them during the night with high fever. I mean, their loved ones, their relatives admitted them because they were already too sick to do anything by themselves. No matter what happened, they were always dying before or right after dawn the next day.
Okay, before or right after dawn.
Or in a few days, like into. Well, I mean, no, sorry. All of them passed within 24 hours. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I gathered from your previous.
I would be walking to his office. I want to confront him.
Sure, your Agent Johnson. You're entering the office.
Okay.
So.
Where's the coffee,
don't
Jonathan?
Yeah. I just walk in and listen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can listen. Yeah. I mean, like I've said before, we've made all the tests. It's no virus. It's no bacteria. It's no fungus. We don't know what it is, but if Homeland is involved, then I guess it is very serious. My bet, maybe it's some kind of radiation. I don't know, but none of the victims had any symptoms of your typical radiation poisoning.
Could be aliens.
You're a doctor, correct?
Yes, the last time I checked, yes, sir, I am.
Well, what all these people seem to have in common is the reason we were sent here.
Well,
I'm sure you don't get a lot of visits from Department of Homeland Security here. We're here about the woman.
When you said that, all of you see that the man, well, he went a bit pale, and one of his eyes twitched slightly. I don't know what you are talking about, sir. Like, what woman?
You're a bad liar.
Richard talked to you, yes? Am I correct? He told you this bullshit story about some Japanese ghost sucking off people's souls.
Boy, you can't lie to us. You look paler than a fucking Klan meeting.
Jesus, you do know
he
that
says he's a black guy.
that this guy is black. Okay.
Yep.
He's like, he looks at you. Excuse me.
Just give us the fucking truth, man. We're here to try and help. Why are you dodging?
Brian, you were saying something. If so, you've been cut out. Sorry.
I said we've been following this long before it came to your town.
Look, and he says that, placing both hands on his desk. People here, it's like it was few days after the bomb squad died, and more and more people start getting sick and dying, and people in the town, they started talking about a woman in white with long black hair covering her face, just appearing in people's houses or on the street where there was no one else, and just looking at them. And everyone who saw her from close up, everyone started to get sick and then died. And at this point, I believe everyone in this town, perhaps except for you, I don't know, saw this woman. Yes, myself included, but I haven't seen her in my office. I think I once seen her when I was walking from my apartment to hospital at very early morning, and I'm still alive, as you can see. And yes, I of course I don't deny I don't think it was I don't know if it was a hallucination or not. I personally think it may have something to do with mass hysteria or or a group hallucination. I'm not sure, but I'm a trained medical professional, and I'm not going to admit that this whole thing is the work of some kind of monster from a shitty Japanese horror movie.
Some kind of ghost?
Well, I mean, he's not saying fuck off, but he looks at you with this clear hostility in his eyes.
Hey, calm down. I get it. It's real spooky, okay? I get it. And like, I just can't do that spooky shit, okay? That's why I joined Homeland Security.
Yes, so I'm sure that you have a valid and logical explanation as to what is happening here.
Yeah, it's not a ghost. It's obviously aliens. I mean, we've dealt with aliens before. It's just aliens.
We're all doomed, right? He asks.
No, just you.
No.
Just you.
He's pulling
they really like doctors.
Power, let's go for a walk. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go get a moon pie. Johnson, I'll leave it in your hands.
Let's go find some. Let's go find some military colonel I can piss off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit down, like where they were sitting. I guess.
You're sitting in front of the doctor, who's, well, despite his fatigue and exhaustion, it's clear that he's been slightly riled up, probably more from this whole Klansman, remark than the ghost. But he looks at you.
We're
Easy
back on the same page.
Easy mistake to make. Klansmen look like ghosts. I get it.
Catsper the racist ghost. Yes, okay. Okay. So Johnson, you're looking at him. He looks at you. He's slightly slumped in his chair. It's clear that he's at his endurance's limit. So are you also going to insult me, or I don't know, make remarks about what I've seen and what people in this town have seen, or are you going to ask me some kind of valid question? I mean, I've told you everything I know. And
there's an explanation for everything.
Look,
I agree with you.
I mean, most of the people here are too scared to be even questioned by you. They will either clamp up or shut up or just told you to fuck off or whatever. If at this point I'm not even sure what's real anymore and what's not. I don't believe in ghosts, but from medical standpoint, none of this should be happening. Like, there's one man in this town. He's a bit cuckoo, if you know what I mean. His name is Jensen Shaw, and he's our local weirdo. I'm sorry for my language. It's very unprofessional, I know. Shaw is, he believes, this Bigfoot, Yeti, Illuminati stuff, and he's been pestering quite a few folks, myself included, about this supposed ghost. You might want to talk with him if he's still alive, that is, of course.
What was his name?
I've added it to Roll 20. Jensen Shaw.
Yeah. Jensen Shaw.
Where can we find him?
He's down the main street, and he basically gives you the address, the house number, and he lives alone. He's been doing odd jobs over the years. He's a strange man, but maybe strange times required aid of strange men, right?
All these people that have died, they've been tested for radiation.
Yes. Well, I mean, as much as we were able to with our meager resources, but we've tested everything. We've tested viruses, bacteria, chemical agents, biological agents. We've tested fungus. Cordyceps. Yeah. We've tested for radiation, and I mean, we are a small hospital, clearly, And CDC only quarantined us. They haven't practically done any tests themselves.
That sounds about right.
So.
Oh, wait, I'm not. I'm bad.
Yeah. So I'm not, I mean, we did all we could, and as I've told your colleagues, the nice one and the racist one.
Hey, now that's.
Yeah, I'm gonna request for a transfer after this one.
Boys, I'm not racist. I'm just from Alabama.
Same thing, really. Just kidding.
Yeah,
I've told, as I've told your colleagues, the people, we don't know why they've died. It's like fever from nowhere and then death within 24 hours. And he makes the hand gesture of I don't know what the fuck is going on. So we are essentially just we can do anything else. And I mean most of my staff is either dead or just too scared to come to work anyway, except for me, Richard, and 2 or 3 nurses. I'm not even sure if they're free anymore. No one is coming to this hospital, and I mean we still have a few patients upstairs, but I don't know for how long. He just looks at you, Johnson, with this, kinda defeated look on his face.
Okay, I have to take a caffeine-induced piss break.
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Sure. So, Brian,
thanks for leveling with me, Doctor.
Well,
so I'm not taking notes, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, good luck to you and your colleagues. You can visit the police station, but if you want to check the photos and the reports from the detonation.
Wait, the photos. This woman's been caught on.
No. The photos.
Surveillance?
The photos of the site. No one caught this woman on camera. I'm not sure if anyone even tried, honestly.
So you believe it's a mass hallucination of some sort?
This is the only explanation, honestly. It's been documented that if a large group of people believes in something, like they all believe in the same thing, they can convince themselves that this thing exists, even if it doesn't. Especially in times of great stress and danger. We are being attacked by some unseen enemy, probably, maybe first of its kind ever encountered by humans. And so, in my opinion, people in this town believe that it has to do with with a ghost woman from, I don't know, from some movie or video game or something, right?
The Ring. Ringu.
Oh yeah, the Grudge, yes, the woman coming from the woman coming from the television, yes, whatever, I don't know.
Where's your nearest Blockbuster?
Who you gonna call? Anyway,
between me and you, I agree with your assessment, but.
Well, thank you, sir. I mean, Agent, thank you. That's mighty kind of you. I would also be very grateful if you would find a way to end this whole thing before this town becomes completely deserted. But, no pressure, right?
Never.
Yeah. So, anyway, I guess that's... If you want to ask him something more, then of course, you can, but... It's clear that this man practically told you everything. You have this feeling. No.
I'm not going to take up any more of your time, Doctor.
Thank you, Agent. He says. And you walk out to your colleagues, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your colleagues, meanwhile, Power and McLean, you've walked out of the hospital?
Yes.
All right. You're waiting for Johnson?
Yeah, just looking around, waiting for him to come out.
In a few... Yeah, sorry?
Like, McLean, why can't we ever have like a normal fucking job, like a drug dealer, or I don't know, like some kids lighting off fireworks out of their asses or some shit? Why does it always gotta be fucking ghosts and aliens and shit?
Because we're hard motherfuckers.
Well, I don't want to be a hard motherfucker all the time. I'm a hard motherfucker with a sweet, chewy center, like a Tootsie Pop.
I'd go for a Tootsie Pop.
Go for a Tootsie Pop too. Let's go get us a Tootsie Pop. Hey, Delta, we'll bill the expense to Delta Green. They'll be real confused as to why we billed them for 25 cents.
Yes.
In a few minutes, you see that that Johnson exits the hospital, and he approaches you.
What was told to me.
Okay.
I think we have some old man dressed up as a woman dusting people with some kind of undetectable chemical agent or something.
Is this town built on an old Indian burial ground? Oh, what am I saying? It's America. The whole fucking country built on an old Indian burial ground.
Touche. So who is this person you think is dressing up as a ghost and spraying people with hallucinogens that kill them?
I don't know. I don't know what other explanation there could be.
Ghost.
Just out of character. You don't. I missed your conversation. So you're not saying that Jensen Shaw is the guy?
Oh yeah. I thought that's what you were trying to say. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that's what you were trying to say is that the local wingnut is the one doing it.
No, although you just put that in my head, maybe he is. Like that's the next place I was going to go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. So
you were one step ahead of me there. Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay. So you think some old guy is doing it? Do you have any leads on who this old guy might be?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we should
Jansen. It's old man Jansen, whatever.
Old man Shaw. And I would have gotten away with it too.
Zoink! Yeah. Scoop!
Is he after the property rights of the town? Like, is this sitting on like a really valuable salt mine or some shit?
Sitting. He wants to build an amusement park. So you know where he lives? Is it on the way to? Is the police station on the way?
I don't know that.
It's a pretty small town, bud. Michael.
Yes.
Hello.
Sorry,
Is the police station on the way to this guy's house?
Yeah, you've actually passed the police station when you were walking to the hospital, and yes, the guy's house is very close to the police station.
Well, what say we go to the police station and pick up some stuff, and then go rattle this guy's cage? I think Power's up for it.
Yeah. No, I feel like shit, but yeah, let's do it.
Well,
it's going to turn into us assaulting like an old man.
I was going to say, I think when you feel like shit, this is when you're at your best.
I'm at my best when I feel fucking terrible. Let's do it. Let's do this. Boys, I feel like I'm dying.
Uh-oh. Did you see any ladies in white dresses?
I know. My wife was wearing a white muumuu earlier. That's kind of a dress.
Yeah.
On her it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Think about that. How about that? Really let that sink in, you know.
So.
Asshole.
So you're approaching the police station?
Yes.
Okay. As you, I presume, enter the police station in your hazmat suits, which by this point they've been really fucking uncomfortable. You see again that there's only a single person inside, sitting behind the desk. It's not so young. It's a man, but not as young as Richard. When he looks at you entering, he doesn't stand up. He doesn't have this exactly hostile stare, but it's certainly not welcome. Not a welcome one. On his badge, you see. I mean, on his the ID badge, you see that his name is Morgan Reed. Well, took you long enough, he says. You finally came to save us from this thing, eh?
No, we're just here to watch you all die.
He looks at you. Who the fuck are you?
It's a joke. It's a joke. Hope fucking hell. Like y'all can't take a fucking joke. My God.
Joke? People dying every day is a joke to you? You know?
I tell you, buddy, this whole town's a joke to me.
Well, he stands up. Now listen, you astronaut-looking motherfucker. and when he says that you once again hear, what's going on there, Morgan? And from a corridor at the back, an older man appears. He has the rank, let's say, of a lieutenant,
sheriff.
probably. What?
This is sheriff.
Yeah, of a sheriff.
Yeah.
Of a sheriff. Actually, he looks younger than the man who's now angry at Agent Power.
I'm real good at this.
But he still looks like a seasoned cop. What's going on here? What is this ruckus? We are already neck deep in shit. Can't you people? Oh, and he looks at you. Oh, well, hello. I'm.
We come in peace.
My name is Tyree Dunlap.
Okay.
Fuck, man.
This is from a fucking generator. I'm sorry.
Like, I grew up in two different hick-ass towns, and these are some hick-ass fucking names.
The local sheriff. You boys from CDC?
Yeah, sure.
They're from Asshole Country, Sheriff, says Morgan. Morgan, cut it.
Hey, man, we'll leave. Keep that up.
Well, then fucking leave. Morgan, enough.
Okay.
Morgan, it'll be one small step for mankind and one big boot up your ass if you don't shut the fuck up. Let me talk to your dad.
Now, gentlemen, says Tyree Dunlap, Sheriff. There's no need for hostility. First of all, who am I speaking to?
Speak to him, and I point at McLeod.
McLean.
Agent Johnson.
Okay.
McLeod. Okay. So
McLean.
So he looks at you, Agent Johnson. Well, who are you? You CDC? You have the look, but I've never seen any CDC agent armed. And he looks at you, McLean, and your Beretta, which is holstered at your hip.
We're here to see the photographs of the wounds on the deceased.
The wounds? There are no wounds, sir.
No, he means the photographs that the Foresters took of the bomb site.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And any information from your.
I thought that was burned or something.
Oh, you mean the photos of this whole balloon thingy, and probably when my man, may they rest in peace, he says with an honest, painful look on his face. The photos that my man took before they blew this thing sky high. Yeah, sure. Please follow me. But once again, you're from CDC or you're, I don't know, fucking FBI, NSA, CIA?
Homeland Security. I flashed my ID to him.
Oh, Homeland, he says. Wow, this thing it's certainly serious then, if they are sending Homeland agents. Yes, sir. He says, and he leads you to to one of the empty offices, which probably in this case most of them are empty. At the back of the station, he turns on a what? Sorry?
Like furniture empty or people empty?
No, people empty, except him and Morgan Reed.
I'm about to make a run for it.
Except him and Morgan Reed, you haven't seen anyone here. And you don't even hear anyone else, unlike in the hospital, there are people upstairs probably, but here it's like only those two people, only those two guys are here. Anyway, he starts an older looking computer. It even has the CRT monitor, CRT screen, the fat one, with this sound as it's booting up. Well, I'm not sure if it will help you in any way, but sure, I will show you the photos. I can even print them out if you wish.
Yes, please.
Very well, very well.
Such a high-tech.
And can we make a copy of the report?
Yeah, sure, I can give it to you, of course. I can print that out as well. No problem at all. So, is Homeland having any guess as to what's happening here? Dr. Rios told me when we were still talking regularly that it's certainly nothing biological, chemical, or anything cool at all.
It's definitely not cool.
No, it's not cool.
Well, we have some working theories, but we're here to.
Oh, sure, classified, of course.
I
could have hazarded a guess.
We're here to collect some more data and wrap this thing up so that you guys can get back to your lives.
Oh, those of us who are left, you mean?
Exactly.
Not too many of us left, sir. Not too many of us at all.
Well, you know how bureaucracy is. We got here as soon as we could.
Yes. You see that this man also, even when he's printing out those photos and the report, it's not as obvious as in the case of Richard, but he also looks around him as a lot, especially checking the corners. This office is very small, and with you three in hazmat suits and him inside, and he's a bigger fellow. He's a bit on the round side. There's not much space here. What?
You've seen her, haven't you?
When you said that, he just froze. Well, sir, I've seen something. Yes, sir. Yes.
When?
When and where?
2 days ago, when I was walking here to my work, she was standing behind a car on this very street. It was
2 days.
Yes, sir, and I'm still alive. So, but people, people, when they die, apparently she's in the same room with them. She's in the same room and then they die. So maybe she's not ready for me yet, or I'm not ready for her yet. I don't know.
Have you tried to find any surveillance footage?
Of course, sir. After we've started getting the reports of this young lady with long black hair and white oriental dress, I've checked every single recording from every single site, from the streets, from the stores, from our local gas station, from the hospital. Nothing, sir. Nothing at all. No, and no woman like this ever lived in this town. No, sir.
I'm pretty sure of that.
Hey, do you have any files on a Jensen Shaw?
Oh, you want to speak with Shaw? Good luck. Well, if I recall correctly, he's, I think, still alive. He's, he lives next door from the station, but he's a cook.
Have you ever arrested him for anything?
Oh, a few times for harassing people. He was he, like, none of the people here, but those who visited our fine little town. He was talking to them about fires in the mountains and ghosts between the trees, and how this whole area is haunted, has been haunted for a long time, ever since the war. That that them Japanese fellows, they've seeded the local mountains with their evil spirits. Yes, apparently. Shaw is he's what you call Asiaphile, like he really likes the Eastern culture.
Gotcha. He's a weeb.
I don't know what this means, sir, but
we like to call it race traitor. No.
Dude, fuck off. Fuck off.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just kidding. Come on.
I make one joke about somebody going paler than a fucking clan meeting, and like y'all just ride my ass on it. Fuck you.
Okay.
Oh shit! Sorry, I'm having chest pains now.
I don't know what we mean, sir, but to me, well, Shaw was always a strange fellow. He could never keep a stable job. He did this odd things here and there, helping people with their cars or in their shops, stuff like that. I mean, he is. I hope he's still alive. Mostly harmless, but I mean, you can talk to him. Like, good luck. Oh, here you are, and he handles you, Johnson, the papers, the photos, and the and the report. But if it's between you and me, I mean, I'm a religious man. I believe in our Lord Jesus Christ. But personally, I think that this town is cursed, sir. Yes, sir. By the devil, apparently. So I don't know for what. We were always a good community, We were tolerant. We respected each other. We respected others who entered our town. There were no strange incidents here, but apparently we've sinned in some way, and now we are paying the price. Nah, but that's just me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we'll pray for you, son.
He's actually older than you guess.
Yeah.
Well,
Sir.
He can't see us. We're behind a fucking astronaut mask, man.
well, yeah. I mean, he's not saying this, but when you look at him, you know that he's older than you. Well, thank you, sir. Prayer is much appreciated, especially in these trying times. Please look out for yourselves.
If there's one thing that always works and always solves all the problems, it's prayer.
Oh, you are damn right, sir. You are damn right.
Yep, there's never been a problem that prayers couldn't solve.
I agree 100% with you, he says.
I'm glad. I knew you would, sir. I knew.
Yes.
Are we walking out of here yet?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to ask you guys if you are walking or you're blowing
Have
each
a nice
other.
day.
Yeah.
Dude, prayer's not going to solve shit.
No, we all know that the only thing that solves things is guns and explosives.
The only thing that solves things is blood sacrifice.
What was
Wait,
that,
what was
Brad?
that?
Like prayers don't always, but thoughts do sometimes.
Yeah. One thought or one prayer equals one saved child.
Yes. one like equals one prayer or something like that. You exit the police station with the documents printed out. If you check the photos, you see that it looks very similar to the to the photos that your handler have shown you of the device and the balloon. Like there was no balloon left. There were only scraps of fabric. But the device, it's clear. First of all, it's clear that it's been in the forest for some time from the photos, because the PC was old, but they have good printers. But you also see one thing, that the bomb, so to speak, was open, and on one of the photos you see the inside, and inside you see practically the similar looking lantern to the one that you found in the base. Yeah.
Curiouser and curiouser.
And then, of course, there were photos of the, destroyed device, which was just a few scraps of metal, blackened crater, stuff like that.
Do both of you guys have guns, or just Sean?
I think
it's just Sean, man.
I think Power has a knife, Bowie knife, and
I got a big old Bowie knife.
Yeah, and McLean has his Beretta.
I have a flathead screwdriver.
Yeah, you have a screwdriver.
I'm standing close to Agent McLean then.
I guess. I'm not surprised that you do.
You don't want to stand close to me, Max Power? I'm built like a Catachan.
I want to be as far from you as possible when we're done with this.
Hey, but I got a big knife.
Okay, Rambo, let's go.
No. I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to be a Rambo, man.
All right. So, does that?
I'm like a Steven Seagal.
Oh, Steven Seagal. All right.
Yep.
So you are fighting when you are. So you're only fighting when you're sitting on the chair.
No. I'm only letting these other guys fight. And I'm just gonna sit there and say I did a great job.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No worries.
So, does the file indicate where exactly this bomb was?
Yeah, the file actually includes the bomb's location, including the map, and how to reach this, the location. So you have it. It even has the coordinates. So if you want, you can enter it into GPS and just travel there.
Okay.
It's not. It's actually not too far from town. It's in the forests near the mountains, but it's not far.
We should go talk to Jansen first.
Oh, absolutely. We might be able to convince him to be our guide.
I'm not gonna lie.
Why'd you make it sound
I
like
don't
that?
think it's a ghost, but I'm spooked a little bit.
That's all right. We've seen worse shit than ghosts. We've seen shit that's real.
That's right. We saw. Remember when we fought that dinosaur?
Yeah,
man, that sucked.
Yes, I do remember that dinosaur, and
I have a vague recollection of this somehow.
Squish.
Like
life, maybe.
Yeah, squish.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go roust this nut burger.
Yeah. So you're walking to Jensen Shaw's home, which is right next door. So it's like a few steps and you're already there. It's like, wow, that's anticlimactic. Anyway, you see that this is, probably a few families live here, even though it's a single-story house. But of course, right next to the what's the word for the beeper that you press when you want to door what?
The doorbell.
Yeah, the doorbell. Thank you.
All right, move my mic out of the way.
Of course, there are a few. There are names right next to the buttons, and one of them, of course, you see is J.Show.
Okay. I put my thumb on and go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's actually the exact sound that you get, and literally after a few seconds, yes, who's there?
Mr. Shaw, it's Homeland Security.
Homeland! I knew that you'd come. Please enter before she sees you.
What, the Yeti?
No.
Okay.
No,
okay,
you
well,
fool! He says, the Onryo.
Who?
Oh, fuck. He's talking about some weed shit. I don't know what anime that's from, and I'm sorry.
I think it's from One Piece.
Yes, that's from One Piece, ain't it? Hey, is the One Piece real?
Anyway, he's not saying anything, but you hear the buzzer, like, bzzz, so you can enter.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, the only thing I know about One Piece is that my daughter watches it, and it's something about the characters' boobs getting bigger every episode.
What the fuck is One Piece?
It's some kind of anime.
Michael got really interested.
Yes, after the big boob comments, of course I got interested, man.
That's all I know. Honestly,
it's
that's
like a
all I know.
shonen anime that's been going for like 12 years.
Okay. Well, anyway, you enter inside the building. There's the interior is kind of dark, and there's a single staircase leading up. All of the apartments are up. All three of them. I mean, and when you get up the stairs, you quickly see that Shaw's apartment is to the far right. The door are already actually slightly open, and you see a large eye looking at you from between the crack. The large eye belongs to a scrawny-looking older man, actually. Older as in 50 plus years, not 70 plus years. Older as in he got old too fast, too young, probably due to some kind of maybe sickness, maybe substance abuse. You're not sure. Maybe just hard life. Quickly, come in before she gets you, he says, and he opens the door. Immediately you can smell the dust, the grime, the mold, and a place that hasn't been cleaned in a very long time. But it's not exactly, it's not exactly a bum's place. You don't smell any stale liquor or old vomit or unclogged toilet.
It's just a bunch of empty cans of Mountain Dew and empty ramen packages. Yeah, I know the look.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah. You enter the place. The man passes you. The man as you pass. He's not too tall, but he's wiry. He's actually in pretty good shape, even though he looks older than he probably is. But he moves with this, febrile, what's the word? Febrile intensity. Thank you. All the blinds have been, have put over the windows, and so there's a very little light actually coming inside. Even so, you see that this is, first of all, this is a hoarder's paradise, and second of all, this is a very peculiar hoarder's paradise. This man, yes, he could be considered a weeb, because there are lots of Asian-themed things here, from paintings to photos on the walls, to pottery, to he even has a fucking samurai armor in one corner of his living room, which also works as his bedroom because he clearly sleeps on the couch. The samurai armor is probably fake, but it still looks kind of impressive. And on a small coffee table in front of his makeshift bed, between the couch and an older-looking television. On the coffee table there are lots of, you see, books, papers, maybe some of them even scrolls, almost certainly, about various probably Asian nations, beliefs, culture, you guess. He looks at you with his wide eyes. I knew that this day would come, he says. You've been sent here to defeat the Onryo. Yes?
Defeat?
Yes.
Of course. You've been sent here to perform the ritual of banishment.
The ritual of banishment, you say?
Yes. Oh, you can take those off. And he points at the hazmat suits. There's nothing chemical or biological here. And she will kill you anyway, even if you have them off. If you have them on, sorry. I mean, if you want to perform the ritual in the forest, then good luck walking there in those I don't even know what they're called, strange spacesuits. You'll be dead long before you reach the place. I mean, it's Northwest, man. It's kind of hot, yeah.
It's a long time of year.
Yeah. he looks at you with this almost childlike glee, and his eyes, even though he also looks very tired and exhausted, are full of wonder and hope.
I'm gonna take my mask off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well.
I feel really weird about it, but I'm gonna take it off.
What was that, Mason? Sorry?
Oh, he's revealing his secret identity. God damn it.
Power, what's that? Sorry. My bad.
Yes, you revealed his name.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, so McLean and Johnson take off their masks. What about you, Power? You're keeping your own?
I'm going to keep it on. Don't worry, in my own juices here.
Okay. Both of you, McLean and Johnson, actually only now you can feel the air, because before it was filtered, so only now you can feel the smell of this apartment. And it smells not too well, but also not terribly bad. You are all just sweating buckets.
I can't believe you're the guy that convinced me to take the mask off.
Well, I mean, because I'm the only one here who really knows what's happening. So, are you ready? Can we go? Remember, with every hour, she claims more victims.
Do you have a copy of the ritual on you?
Of course, I have all of them, and he points at the coffee table. Mm-hmm. So I'm so glad that that they've sent someone who's in the right mind to understand what's happening here. That it's not radiation or viruses or something like that. No. It's what the Japanese did during the war. When they tried to send their spirits here. To actually burn our forests and kill our countrymen. Yes. I'm so glad that they've sent someone competent. Yes.
This is Shaw, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. My mental image for Shaw is very, very much a thing.
Well, I mean, it's not as bad as it could be. I mean, this is Onryo. It could be Onibi or Kechibi or God help us, Komenobi. Koemonbi, sorry.
Not Charizard.
Oh, this is serious, man. This is serious. Like, look.
Sorry. Okay, so do we have to say these in Japanese or in English?
Well, I mean, anyone can perform the ritual, because you see, that's what people don't understand. This ritual will not kill it. I mean, it can be killed, right? It can be killed. It has to be appeased.
Appeased,
we have to pay respect to it.
Okay.
And after we do, it will simply go away. Because right now it's very angry. And
so how do we appease it?
What's it angry about?
And he rushes to the coffee table and he starts like rummaging in the papers. There's the Buddhist ritual. It's a ritual. It's Buddhist rites to pay respect, and someone needs to read it, so to speak. It takes some time. It's not very long actually. It's very it's actually rather quick, and after it's done, the spirit just it goes back to the place where it came from. It's satisfied. It doesn't have to suck souls anymore, suck out souls anymore, because that's what it's been doing. The fever, it's connected to the soul sucking that the Onryo performs. It approaches a person and it sucks out its soul. It leaves a dead husk, so to speak.
Can I see the words that have to be recited?
Well, of course, but they are in what's the Japanese alphabet? I forget.
Well, it could be katakana, hiragana.
He says, "Oh,
Kanji.
It's in Japanese actually, but I mean I can translate it, but it will take some time probably. I mean I know the words if you want, but you have to protect me in this case.
Oh, of course.
Because the spirit almost certainly will, and he says that as he's scratching his head, because certainly the spirit will not be happy. I mean,
how do we protect you from this thing?
Well, look.
McLean racks one in the chamber.
Oh, it won't help. I mean, it might when I start reciting, because you see, this is a ghost. You can't harm it by any physical means.
What about silver bullets?
No, those are for werewolves, sir.
What about a bomb?
Sadly, I don't think that Japanese.
You said it's a Japanese thing, right? I'm pretty sure they react bad to bombs.
Oh my god.
I don't know this person. No.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just popping off today.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay.
This is.
It's the fever.
We are on the road today. I see. No, the funny thing is that he probably didn't cut the reference. No, sir. The bomb, like they can be harmed by any physical means, and the ritual, as I said, it's a ritual to appease it. But that's the funny thing. During the ritual, it will be angry, but only finishing the ritual will make it calm. So it will most likely try and kill us when now try to perform the ritual, but after that, it will be satisfied and go away. And so during the ritual, you need to protect me. And he once again, checks a few papers, takes a single book, and checks a few pages. There were a few mentions that when performing this ritual, the spirit might be vulnerable to physical attacks. But even if this is the case, even if you'll be able to, and he does the quote unquote gesture with his fingers, kill it, he'll simply probably reform and return. But this might help. I mean, your weapons and my reading of this thing. I mean, the only reason why I didn't do the ritual myself is because no one in this town believed me, and I'm not going to do this alone because then the Onryo will simply kill me. So
The place we have to perform this ritual is it too heavily wooded for a truck or something?
Oh yeah, it's in the middle of the forest. We'll have to walk there. So sadly we are just taking with us what we have and then just walking into the forest.
Let's do this.
Hey, Shaw.
Yeah.
Hey, is that samurai armor going to be useful at all?
Oh no, it's a fake.
Oh, well, shit.
I thought
all right.
Building up for something.
It's worth a try, man. Hey, guys, shut up. It was worth a try.
I've bought it on eBay some time ago.
Oh.
And
all right, well,
the katana broke anyway. Like, that's why doesn't matter.
Can we wear it anyway? I'm teasing. I'm joking. I didn't say that in character.
What you said? What?
I said, can we wear it anyway?
Actually, I think your character would wear it, but.
So anyway, he gathers, an older duffel bag, packs everything that's on the table inside, puts on a rather worn out military jacket from probably a few decades ago. Opens his fridge, takes out a few bottles of cold water and handles each one of you one. Look, this is just my advice, but you should really drop those suits. They won't help you anyway, and this is going to be a slightly long walk. And I mean, the Onryo, it doesn't care for this, like at all.
Do you have like a baseball bat or a hammer or anything?
I have a crowbar if you want.
I'll take it.
Sure. He takes out. He goes towards his like not cupboard but
armoire.
What?
Armoire.
Yeah, armoire.
Or a closet.
Yeah, closet. Exactly. Opens it. Starts rummaging.
The same display case as the armor's in.
Starts rummaging inside. It's clear that this man is a hoarder. There's just so many things here. He's mumbling something to himself like, where is it? Oh yeah, here it is. He takes out a crowbar. He hands it to you, Johnson. Here you go. I'm going to need this back later. So, we ready?
Yeah, ready as I'll ever be. I've taken off my suit by now.
Okay. Johnson, what about you?
Yeah. I'm gonna take mine off.
Okay. Power, what about you?
Struggling to take my boots off. There's a sticky, wet sound when each boot comes off.
Yeah, it's like.
Keep in mind, boys, you don't really wear shoes in these suits, so are we just gonna walk there barefoot?
I mean, I presume that you got some kind of military backpacks with your clothes inside.
I've just got some surgeon booties.
Yeah. So you have like your clothes with you, if you want to change.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you leave the swamp ass hazmat suits in Jensen Shaw's shitty apartment, and then you.
It's all right. The smell won't change much.
Yeah. And then you walk out, and I think we should take like a few minutes break and then get back.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'll be back in a minute.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Cool. How you feeling?
Like shit.
So I didn't see your post. Oh,
Yeah.
Shaw, that's hysterical.
Yeah, I was tempted to link Lady Baby as well.
Yeah, Lady Baby's awesome.
Or that, or like Baby Metal, or whatever the fuck
Yeah.
the other one is.
I listen to a lot of Baby Metal. I'm sorry to say.
It's alright, man. We all got dark pasts.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Dude, this sucks. Like, she started having, like, flu-like symptoms, but doesn't have a fever or anything. Which is pretty common close to labor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're about 3 weeks out, so it's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
common for her to get this kind of stuff. Because her immune system's all over the place right now. But she had to have picked up something because I got it.
Yeah.
Because my immune system's been shit ever since I had COVID.
Yeah.
It absolutely destroyed my immune system.
Yeah.
So now I just catch everything. Like,
That sucks.
do I want to call out tomorrow? Kinda.
Yeah.
But I also kind of want the money.
Yeah. That's the tough part about being a working man.
Yeah, like I don't want to waste my PTO this early in the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Then again, I do get like 3 weeks from now. I'll have 2 months paid, but That's 2 months paid taking care of a baby.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like paternity leave. It's not all it's cracked up to be.
Well, it is for my job is extremely physical, so like it'll give me 2 months to recuperate. Where the heaviest thing I'll have to carry is maybe like a bulk pack of diapers and my child. Yeah. As opposed to like wheeling around 600-pound drums of chloroform and lifting up 80-pound columns.
Yeah.
My God. Oh, so we had a near incident on Friday that has prompted me to get myself a new phone case. Where I got some HFL on my pant leg.
Ooh.
Not much. It was like maybe 4 or 5 mils. It wasn't much, but it was enough to melt my my phone case to my pants. So I had to go get a new phone case
and new pants.
Oh yeah, no, those pants went in the incinerator.
Yeah.
So I was walking around in scrubs that barely fit me, where you could really, it would have been easier if I had just gone down to like a Lululemon store and bought a fucking pair of yoga pants that said "juicy" across the butt.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like, well, because I had to lose the pants, we have to report it. If I didn't have to lose the pants, we'd probably just ignore it.
Oh Jesus.
And then we had somebody got like a little bit of chloroform in their eye, which when they were sitting at the wash station, I was like, I've been there. You'll be all right.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not a brewer anymore, but like, I never got the caustic or acid or any of that shit in my face.
You don't really like acids. Aren't terrible. Like they're terrible. You don't want that on you. But like, of the options, like I would rather have an acid on my face than have a base.
Oh yeah. And
we work with some real strong fucking base.
Well, and that's the problem too. Is all of our stuff was I mean, we had a 55-gallon drum of caustic, right? But we always diluted it, of course. But the thing is that it's also circulating with a high-power pump at 170 degrees. So it's like.
I mean,
I'd rather not get that on me.
The soak that we use to break down like organic material is it's KOH in solution.
Yeah.
So it's potassium hydroxide in solution, which is like base 15 or something. It's ridiculously base.
Yeah, that's actually scary.
Yeah. Like you could put. We've tested it before. I didn't. Like we put stuff in there that was exposed, and that's what you use it for. Was exposed to organic material, like when we do, a brain extraction or something like that. But like, we wanted to test how bad is this, so we put a chicken breast in.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And it was like 2 hours later, that thing was mostly gone.
Yeah, believe it.
It was mostly just like, here's the fat. The fat is what's left.
Wow, scary.
Yep. Hey Brian, you ever thought about becoming a chemist?
No, I actually almost failed out of chemistry. I just switched,
same bud. I'm not a chemist. I started as a hazmat worker, and I worked my way up.
Cool.
I'm not sure, dude. Like I don't jumpstart my car. Like I don't mess with electricity, and I don't mess with chemicals. Like I have the worst luck with this shit.
Yeah.
I stuck a fork in an outlet once, and that sucked.
You stuck what in an outlet?
A fork.
Oh yeah.
It's not that. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I wanted to see if it was really that bad. It's not that bad. It's like being tased. It's not that bad. Like it hurts for like 5 seconds, and then you're fine. If a baby does it, it's gonna suck for them. So like I get why people are like cover your outlets and shit. But like here's the thing. I'm putting outlet covers on not because I'm afraid of a baby sticking a fork in there. One, why is there forks on the floor? I'm
You'd be
covering
surprised.
them. I'm covering them because I have experience with my niece, who has ruined 3 outlets in her house by stuffing Play-Doh in them.
Oh.
Yeah. You cover the outlets for their protection. You don't give a shit about the baby's protection when it comes to outlets.
I had
But
a bee ruin an outlet one time. Like I saw this bee, I was trying to get it out of the house, and it landed on an outlet and crawled in there. I'm like, no way. You can still kind of see its wings. Like,
He committed suicide.
but that's the thing is it's like also it's the I don't want to hear about it from my wife, so I'm covering the fucking outlets.
Yeah, there's that too.
You let the baby do what? Like, god damn it.
I mean, we had a bit of an argument this morning because justifiably, I have been putting off cleaning and reorganizing my closet for the past like 8 weeks. So there was a very justified argument from her this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
You just
and
put shit up.
also, pregnant women, when they're that close
Yup.
to giving birth, just yes, ma'am. Whatever you say, whatever you want, whatever you say. Yes, ma'am.
do you have a like a spare room in your house you don't really use?
Me or
well,
Sean?
I mean, we have the guest.
Michael.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michael.
So what? Yes, we've turned it into a guest room, and we've got the other room that we're using as a nursery. And then the room. These are all 3 of the rooms upstairs. We got the one that's a nursery. We got the one that's guest room, and then we got the one that's my office.
So maybe your office, like with my house, if there's something I need to clean out, like I watch the baby all week, so I don't have time to do it all at once. So I'll like take the mess into my hobby room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
what
like out of
that's
sight,
what I've
out
done.
of mind for the wife, but
I'm
I'll
currently
throw it in my face.
I'm currently on Discord with y'all with like 3 trash bags, and yeah. I'm not lazy. I'm just waiting for trash day, and I'll take them all out.
Yeah.
And I'm lazy. Jesus Christ, y'all, I'm a real glutton for fuck. That's disgusting. Real glutton for punishment, and I've just been looking up like, oh, what do base burns look like? God,
Yeah,
damn.
I try to stay away from that kind of stuff. I'm not into the it's like that's why I stopped watching Tosh.0 because it started being like, oh, look at these people slipping in butter and breaking all their toes, or you know, like I don't want to watch these shows where people is like, hey, look, he's holding up his leg and his ankle is like flopping sideways.
Dude, how the hell do you? I'm looking at a post, and I'm just like, how the fuck did you get base on your penis? What the fuck did you do wrong?
Well, that's like
Hey,
the
Sean,
guy in us. Yeah.
The character you made, you said was an herbalist.
Well, he's an apothecary. Herbalist,
Okay.
apothecary, same difference. I know that there's.
Know each other.
What's that?
So our characters should know each other just through trade, probably. Let me we traveled to this town together or something. Because I'm going the physician route. I'm a barber surgeon, and I would need to know somebody to get all the ointments and whatever.
Healing salves.
Yeah.
This one's made from crystallized urine.
My whole approach is like I'm a Shalian, and I'm like training to be a physician. So like I'll just go to the poor quarter and set up, and like heal people for free or like whatever they want to offer me. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah. My guy was a little darker, and I think I maybe have like an angle to be like an anti-Nurgle guy, from the standpoint of that. If I recall the backstory, it's like his parents died of of some kind of plague or something, and so he's like got this mission to cure disease, and
Nurgle is Shalia's nemesis.
Right.
It's like the only people you're actually permitted to kill.
Yeah.
Are like followers of Nurgle.
Yeah, I believe my guy was a Shalian follower too. Shalia, however the fuck you say that.
So there's like I was reading the strictures. There's actually a lot of wiggle room. Like if you're personally threatened, like you have bladed weapons and everything are out. You know what I mean? But you could still have a quarterstaff. There's actually a strictures is like you should be able to walk through life with just a quarterstaff or something like that.
Okay. I'll have to
obviously use it as a weapon at some point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, yeah. So that's just it. I think it is funny that all of us are like, oh, we're all gonna play like these weird characters that have nothing to do with combat.
I need a clue real quick of like where are we starting, and then I can sort of build my character off of that.
I have no idea.
Because then I have an idea.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, and that's the thing is when I set up my character, it was when we were theoretically going to be playing 4, and so that all takes place in Reichland. So I was like, oh, I'm from this town, this village in Reichland.
If you're playing this halfling character, Keith was talking about someone from Stirland, so you two could know each other from home. You know what I mean?
Oh man, he would have so much racial bias against me.
Not necessarily. I mean,
the moot was established out of Stirland's best farmlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it
depends on who he is. He's playing a charlatan. Who knows?
All right, maybe he doesn't give a shit. All right, cool. Wait. I can't remember all the fucking careers. Which one's a charlatan? That's the one that, that's the one that's like a confidence game kind of thing, right?
Yeah, like
Gotcha.
a comment. That's I think that's an advanced career. I think he has to start as something else, but that's what he's working towards.
Boys, we've got quite the political campaign party here.
Yeah.
You got your
nobody's a real fighter.
You got your speaker here. You got our charlatan, and then you've got 2 herbalists, one for healing, one for killing.
Well, no, I'm a barber surgeon, so if anybody gets hurt, we're set. I mean, we.
Well, we'll be getting hurt all the time.
We have nobody that can really inflict pain on anyone else.
That's fair.
My backup character is a beatstick. Protagonist is one of the best starting careers. You get like the extra attack and everything. I think you get strike to injure or something, which is pretty big.
Oh. Yeah,
I have to look it all up. I can't remember any of this shit.
Yeah. Well, and I've of course buried all my shit by trying to clean up and move things around, and so I'll find something and I'll be like, oh, that's where that is, and then of course when I need it, I can't find it again. So So like I'm not totally sure where my rulebook is. I mean, obviously I have a PDF of it somewhere, but it's not the same as holding the book sometimes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yep.
What's up?
I'm here. Sorry.
I think I've got the book on my laptop. I don't know if I've got it on my desktop. That's what I'm checking now.
I have a physical copy and I have PDF if anyone
needs
it.
That's great. That's great, Michael.
I mean, I have PDF if anyone needs it.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not going to send you my physical copy. Not even because I don't want to, because it's falling apart.
Text me some pictures.
Yeah, exactly. Funnily enough, that's...
Well, no, is it in English or is it in Polish?
Actually, my PDF is in Polish, so it doesn't
Well, it wasn't
matter.
going to do any fucking good, was it?
No.
No, I've got the PDF. I can just port it over.
So, anyway.
Michael, quick question about
sure.
Warhammer. Since me and Sean are both playing healers, can we start with membership in the local or provincial healers guild?
Provincial, I think. Sure. I think you could even start in a guild, with a membership in a guild from one of the bigger cities which will be nearby. Because we almost certainly start in some kind of small village, but there's always one of the bigger cities like Altdorf or None nearby, so we could say that you belong to the guild there. But remember, when you belong to the guild, you need to pay the taxes for the guild.
Yeah, but I was reading it's really problematic if you're not part of the guild.
Yeah, that's true. They can actually be anal about it. Sorry.
I've got a question as well regarding Warhammer. Do you have a starting province for us?
You mean province for your characters,
For-
where you were
for
born?
for me to understand like how I need to write my character.
The campaign, like where we
No,
start.
no,
where
not
we
not
go.
yet, not really.
Okay,
I'll need probably
okay.
a week or two.
Yeah, it's totally cool, man.
Yeah.
I just
It
want to
will
be
be
like,
somewhere civilized. It will be probably
what
Rakeland.
electors? Yeah, what electors court am I trying to get into so that I can petition for my stupid halfling laws?
Sure. It will almost certainly be Rakeland, I think. Or maybe
Okay, yeah.
Wissenland, I'm not sure, but rather Rakeland, I think.
Yeah, because I was just telling the guys that since I originally made the character for 4th edition, that all takes place in Reichland, so I set myself as being from a town in Reichland or a village in Reichland, near a town. I forget where though.
I think I'm Marienburg. Leydenhoven to be specific, but yeah, Marienburg.
Well, maybe I'll even make it so that you guys will start in Ubersreich. It will be
Start in the moot.
yeah. It will be easier that way, but I'm not sure. But I will tell you as soon as I can, so you'll be able to prepare yourselves. Now, you follow Jensen Shaw out of his dingy little apartment, cluttered with various strange esoteric stuff, and you move towards the mountains, towards the forests, which I think you go literally to toward like somewhere here, or maybe here. You see the pink.
Yeah.
This is how it looks like. It's hot, and soon after you leave the confines of the town and you enter the forested area, you are surrounded by the sea of green, by a sea of green. Shaw is not exactly, he's not talking all the time, but he is talking. He tells you various stuff. Yeah, Onryo is it's a vengeful spirit, Japanese vengeful spirit. It longs to cause harm to the world of the living. It seeks to cause natural disasters and to kill men. That's why if we won't stop it in time, it will be able to start fires that won't ever go out. Plus, I believe that right now it's strong enough to actually affect our physical world, just like what it did to that poor hiker a few days ago.
We didn't hear about that.
Oh, I'm not surprised that no one told you about this unfortunate fellow found on a nearby trail with his head ripped clean from his shoulders and no other marks on his body. People here, they like to pretend that nothing bad happens, even when it happens to them and their loved ones. But yes, it was almost certainly the work of this vengeful ghost, he says, as he's trekking along, trekking forward. So, if you want to ask him anything, just ask. If not, then you travel in silence towards the destination. You can check, with your GPS or even with the map that you have, the printed out map. If you do, then it's clear that yes, Shaw takes you to towards the right direction.
I'm about as weirded out as I can be without being required to take a sanity check. So I'm walking silently.
Sure. Okay. So you move ever upward. Actually, you pass all the trees, and of course, very soon, you also notice that the town was quiet, but the forest is even quieter, and it's actually pretty strange because there are almost no sounds of animals here. Like, it's deadly quiet. Even the leaves, even the bushes, the shrubbery, even that gives off no sound. It's eerie. And at some point, even Shaw stopped talking to you about, various Asian spirits, rituals, traditions, stuff like that. He just shut up, and he's just, walking forwards with his duffel bag, sometimes taking a swig of already not so cold water, because it is hot. Eventually, you stop suddenly because you see that Shaw stopped. In front of you, there's a crater in the ground. It's blackened and surrounded by this, of course, police yellow tape, which at one point, one section of it got torn off, but probably from natural causes, and it's just laying on the ground. There's almost no wind here, so it doesn't even move. Shaw licks his lips. It is here. And without further ado, he crouches down, takes out all the stuff from his bag, starts rummaging from it, and eventually presents you a single scroll written with, strange symbols to all of you, because you can read this alphabet. I'm going to begin now. Well, I guess good luck.
Yeah, let's do it.
I can't read this.
Damn, I wish I could read.
I can't read.
So, are you preparing your weapons?
Yes, I am.
All right. How are you?
Double and triple checking.
Sure. You take out your Beretta. You rock the slide, check if there's a bullet inside, and you're ready. Johnson, I guess you are brandishing your crowbar.
Yeah.
Power, you take out your Bowie knife.
I do.
With this.
I think we should all huddle together unless we get charged or something.
I suggest we all stand back to back.
Oh, so you're making like this star of three guys standing back to back, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, even with Shaw in there too. So, but yeah, somehow.
If we see it, we need to call out to you to shoot it then, because.
Okay. Well, I'm just figuring it can't come behind us if we're all back to back, right?
Yeah.
And I guess that you're standing rather close to Shaw. Shaw is actually standing right next to the yellow tape, and
okay.
He takes one last swig of the water, clears his throat, and says, "Well, here goes nothing," and starts reading the script, or rather chanting. You're not sure, how well he knows this language. Of course, it's very accented, but he's speaking it loud and slowly, and his tone also changes from this slightly, manic to much more. You guess you'd use the word respectful, calm, maybe even somber. He starts speaking the words of the ritual. Of the Buddhist rites to pay respect. Now, you all standing right next to him, close to him, your backs to each other. After the first few seconds, nothing happens. And then, let's see. Agent McLean, a few meters before you, practically all of you see this, but you see it first, and you see it most clearly. A few meters before you, a figure just appears out of thin air. There are no fireworks, there's no brimstone and fire, there's no, strange cascade of lights. One moment, there's just, forest all around you. The next, a tall, feminine figure in long white dress and hair completely covering her her face with pale, thin hands stands there. She's slightly hovering above ground. So,
Okay. I started blasting.
I mean, all of you see this, I guess, because you are standing right next to each other. So even if one of you was probably to the side, when he heard the rest doing like, he took a look, and then you see it first. So first, of course, I will need you to test sanity. But first, because this is unnatural.
Alright, well, it's
Let
nice
me
knowing you
quickly
guys.
see.
Is there a modifier?
Well, wait. Let me see. Oh. Is there a modifier? That's actually a good question. That's actually a very good question. How much does it?
I'm sensing an anomaly.
A disturbance in the force.
Yeah, for real. Oh yeah, there is it. Let's say that after you've been told everything and you've seen what you've seen, McLean and Power, you gain plus 10%. Johnson, sadly, you gain your basic roll for this, for sanity.
Ooh.
Because until now you haven't seen anything like Jesus Christ, that.
I've been pretty freaked out since
Yeah.
since we started talking to this guy.
Holy shit.
Okay, McLean. Well, you've seen war. Honestly, in Afghanistan, you've seen wars.
Yeah.
What am I
Sanity.
rolling sand?
The sleeper was much worse
Plus
than this,
10%.
but this is in bright daylight. It's hovering a few meters in front
modifier.
of you. For you,
Plus
10%. 10%. It's hovering in front of you, and it's like moving towards you. It's okay.
Fuck me, man. Fuck me.
All right. So this is what happens. A few things happen immediately. Johnson, I would like for actually no, sorry, I need to roll this, not you. You lose 2 sanity points.
Yep.
Luke, you don't lose any sanity points. You're standing your ground. Mason, you lose 6 sanity points, and this immediately triggers something.
Yeah, it does. I'm well below.
So what happened is Power, you begin to scream. It's like, Eee! And you run away into the forest. Simply put, because you're temporarily insane. You just run away into the forest. You drop your knife. It falls. It falls on the forest ground, and you run away. Johnson, you are terrified, and McLean, to be honest, you are also terrified, but you're trying to hold your ground. When the whole thing started, you hear even that Show's voice changed. It's like it's clear from the tone of his voice that he's also afraid, but he's not turning his head. He's continuing to chant. And now I also need to roll one more time. Okay, so and yeah. So we are now entering initiative.
If I recall correctly, we all had the same dexterity.
Yes.
I don't know what Shaw's is.
Wait. Where's this? Where's combat? Oh yeah. Yes, command attack in order of highest dex to lowest. I need to check this thing's dex. Her dex is 16.
Okay, so she goes first.
What's your dex, McLean?
We're all 15.
15. And
My
Johnson?
dexterity 9.
Okay.
Your dexterity is 9? I thought, maybe it was Rut who was 15.
Rut was 15, that's right. So I'm 15.
Yeah, but I haven't done combat with this character yet, so this is probably the first time we're even just discussing it.
The Onryo extends her hands, which you see now are clawed, and they have rather long claws, even though you could swear that like a second before, she had normal, albeit black nails. Now she has like impressive looking sets of claws. She extends it in a rather comical way, like like she's sleepwalking in those old cartoons, and then she quickly hovers towards you, McLean, trying to slash you with her claws. This is her. This is going to be her action. Although, for this turn, she only approaches you. She'll attack you next turn because she's too far away. So now what are you going to do? By the way, this is like she's already done that. She hovered right next to you.
Right.
You don't smell anything from her. It's like she's not even there. You don't feel any heat emanating from her, any stench, but you know that she's real and she's deadly. Now tell me what do you want to do and do this.
I'm gonna shoot her.
Sure. This is point
Straight
blank, so this is plus 20%. Please blast her.
Plus 20. Submit.
I need to.
Are we doing internet shenanigans?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see my roll. It went boop, and now it's gone.
Okay.
Oh, please.
Yeah, point blank is plus 20%. And this is Beretta. Yeah. I don't have stats for it, but I already have stats for it. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
This is pistol. It deals 1d10 damage.
Okay, well, I'm gonna roll it again because it appears to have disappeared from the.
Yeah,
ether.
I don't see it. I don't.
If you get the first one, maybe I hit cancel instead of submit. Nope. It's still. So at some point, when the internet agrees, we're gonna have 2 rolls, and we'll just take the first one.
Mm-hmm. Have you just used the dice roller?
Well, I could try the dice roller. That works.
Yeah.
Just do that, and then compare it to the score of your skill.
Yeah. At plus 20%, which is the highest modifier that you can have. Okay. 84.
Yeah.
You've hit?
No.
Right.
That is a miss.
Dude, I would highly doubt any of us have anything close to an 84 in anything.
Yeah, the highest I have is a 60.
The Onryo flew towards you, or rather hovered towards you, and you fired your weapon. You fired a few shots, almost point blank, and you swear that one of the bullets tore a part of her kimono, because what she has is a white kimono. But you're not sure. It didn't do anything. Now, Johnson, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna swing my crowbar at this thing's head.
Very well. So what this means? Explosive using laser sight have been down. Okay, I'm going to give you, let's say, plus 10% because it is it concentrates on Agent McLean. Oh, just okay. Just so you know, guys, remember that botches in this case, or rather fumbles, because botches from, if I recall, from World of Darkness, fumbles can mean very bad things for your colleagues in combat.
Yeah, no shit.
Just so you know. You swung your weapon, Agent Johnson, and it flew towards her, and you swore it hit her, but not really, because it passed right through her. Of course, Shaw continues to chant. He's completely out of combat, and you hear Agent Power just running in blind panic, screaming at the top of his lungs, hysterically, into the middle of the forest. He's, he's moving far away from you.
I hate that guy.
What?
I hate that guy.
And Agent Power is the only one who's ever seen Alive ever again.
There is a big chance for that.
Hey, guys, I'm just that's why they keep putting me on teams. I've got the ultimate combo of absolute survivability and absolute expendability.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, guys, that you can dodge to oppose an attack. You can take this action before your turn comes up, and you can also fight back. Just so you know.
Okay.
I can even allow, for example, for you to do this, Sean, with pistol. You can fight back with your pistol. We'll make this, a bit like gun kata.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. Is I'm actually better at unarmed combat than firearms, so I might start punching and kicking her.
Okay.
I'm better than melee, but I don't want to touch this thing.
Yeah. Right. So this thing will now attack you, and she raises her claws, Agent McLean, and she slashes you.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a 10. So if I recall correctly, that's a crit.
Okay. I don't even see it.
Because I'm rolling
using
secretly. No, actually, no, it's not a crit. It's 0-1 or matching. So 11, 20, 10. Yeah, but she hit. So yeah. So tell me, what do you want to do? The claws fly towards you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to dodge. I got a 30% dodge.
Just remember that this that you
means
won't be able
attack?
to. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to dodge first.
Actually, sorry. Wait just a second. I'm actually going to dodging. Before, if you do this, it becomes sorry. Yes, it becomes your agent's single action for that turn.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
I'm gonna start out by trying to dodge. So just a straight up dodge, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, I fail.
Sadly, no. But I'm going to roll. She slashed you on your arm. You feel the ephemeral claws just opening your skin, drawing blood. You yelled in pain. You lose 2 points of damage.
Yeah.
Of hit points.
Ouch.
Yeah. The worst thing about this whole thing, well, except that that apparently this fucking thing is real, is that it doesn't utter a single sound. The thing in Afghanistan, it like bellowed, it maybe not roared, but slivered. It emitted something, which, even though it was terrifying, in itself, at least it made it more natural, of sorts. But this is, you're fighting with something 100% silent, and it's really unnerving. Now it's your turn, McLean.
Okay, well my turn was dodging though, right?
Oh, sorry, yeah. So in that case, when
oh shit.
Yeah, when you try
I'm
to
holding my arm.
Yeah, when you try to fall back, and the blood is just gushing from your arm, because this is no light wound. This is deep and painful. Johnson, you saw what this thing did to your comrade. So
I swung my crowbar last time and went right through it.
You can
so
aim
I'm gonna
if you want. You can aim if you want, for example, but it takes a whole turn. But next turn you get plus 20% total. If you want.
Plus 20?
Yeah, plus 20. Aiming gives you a plus 20% to hit, but you need to spend a whole turn aiming.
I'm actually gonna just try and come back with an elbow.
Okay.
To run unarmed combat. Can I do that?
Sure, of course.
So I swung wide with the crowbar, and I'm trying to get something in with the elbow when I come back with it.
Sure thing, but remember, this is an arm. You won't be dealing damage with your crowbar in that case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it can't be that different, right?
I think actually it is a bit. I can tell you the damage very quickly.
I don't know what unarmed combat is, but
unarmed combat is bare hands and feet is 1d4 minus 1, and what you are using right now, it classifies as baseball bat, let's say, so it deals 1d8 damage.
1d8. Okay, yeah. I'd rather do that then. I'll aim this turn then.
Okay, so you're preparing to smash the thing with your crowbar. It's not that easy because it's like both McLean move a few feet back, and this thing is following him. Once again raising its bloody talons to slice him up. But you are still in range, and you can still hit it next turn. Shaw's chanting is getting more febrile, more vigorous, even though you can hear that his voice shakes, and he makes everything he can not to look behind him, not to see this horrible apparition. So we have new turn. Actually, I'm going to roll for it. This is third turn. 1, 2. Johnson, to your unpleasant surprise, Onryo turned towards you almost immediately. Actually, it didn't really turn. It just blinked, and now it's facing you, the claws coming towards you. Of course, you'll be able to dodge or even fight back if you want. Just so you know.
Okay.
Fortunately for you, the attack missed completely. But it was close enough that you felt the rush of air right next to your face, as this thing tried to rip you apart with its talons. McLean, this whole situation gave you, a bit of a breather. So now I guess you'll probably try to shoot it one more time.
Yeah, I'll try to shoot it again.
Okay.
Bang, bang. I'm just going to see if I can roll on firearms. Do I still get the plus 20, was it?
Yes, you are still point blank.
Okay. Let's see if hitting the firearms button instead works better. Yay, I failed.
You are blasting. You are firing from your Beretta, like crazy. The sound of discharge, the sound of your pistol discharging is almost thunderous in this otherwise very calm, very serene surroundings. Max power as you are running further and further into the forest. You hear you hear curses and you hear gunfire, but you don't care. It's Afghanistan over, man. It's like you're fucking back.
Fucking dragon's back, man.
Yeah, it's like you didn't ask for this. You didn't sign up for this shit. So sadly, McLean, your bullets miss completely. You're also not sure, how many of them you have, but you still have probably most of your magazine full.
Yeah.
Johnson, you've prepared yourself, and you try to smash this thing with your crowbar. Roll, plus 20%, which is a max possible. For nice.
Hey!
Nice.
It doesn't dodge, it doesn't do anything, so please roll me 1d8.
1d8.
You've smacked it in the middle of its, hair-covered face. You actually feel the impact, and you even hear this strange sound as you are hitting a wet paper. Like a stack of wet paper sheets. It's very uncomfortable. It's very unpleasant. When when your crowbar flies back, you don't see any blood or anything, but the thing slightly shudders and it moves its head in this strange jerking motion, like to the sides. You're not sure, but you think you've maybe wounded it. Anyway. Now
I'll take it.
Yeah. This is our fourth turn, and so Onryo flies towards Shaw.
Oh shit!
But it's not attacking this turn because it needs to pass both of you and move closer. But its claws extended. It tries to spear him through his back. McLean, you can do something.
Oh, McLean. Well, I know what I should do, but what I'm going to do is shoot at it again.
Okay.
Bam!
You rolled? I haven't seen anything.
No, I'm getting ready to roll.
Okay, wait a second.
Okay.
You know, you can also aim with the gun if you want.
No, I want to shoot her dead right now.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, it doesn't matter because you can get +20 and +20, so you are already on at point blank.
Yeah.
Okay, so please roll +20%.
Okay, what are the odds?
Hey!
Nice. So 1d10 from your Beretta.
Okay, I'll just.
It's like a 1 or something.
Well, if he would botch. Oh boy!
Might have Sigmar.
Headshot.
Actually, I'm not sure if this doesn't give you more damage. I think. Modifiers, criticals.
Hey, it's great teamwork, guys. Keep it up.
I can still hear you screaming in the woods, like.
That got shot. Let me quickly check one thing. Oh no, it's actually when you crit it doubles. It doubles. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
still, I'm happy to do 10 damage to somebody.
Yeah, you've unloaded like another 3 bullets into this thing's back, and this time you see that there is some kind of effect. Its back arched, and this thing began to jerk in all directions. It's like you're watching a movie with this old kinds of movies that they had this strange jerky motion. The actors there, like they're just. It looks like it's almost dancing. And for a split second you thought that it blinked out, but then it reappeared, and this time you can see that from the 3 holes in its back, some kind of strange black ooze is coming out, is emanating outside, falling to the ground, and then just completely disappearing, not leaving a trace. You've heard it. You've heard it a lot. So now it's going to. This was 4th. Now this is 5th turn. Oh, sorry. Actually, there's still Johnson. Johnson, what do you want to do? That's you're not point blank, but I can allow you to approach and attack it if you want.
Oh, it's still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it's yeah. I'm gonna approach and attack with. Well, if I wait another turn, it's gonna kill the guy doing the ritual, right?
Well, you think that it wants to attack him? Yes. You think so? Yeah.
Okay, so I just need to swing and.
That said, in Delta Green you can't really make like too long an approach and then attack because you can only have a single action during your turn.
Okay, so I'll just swing.
Yeah.
Step into it. Ah, so close.
No, actually, no. You've hit it. You've hit it. Yeah.
Oh.
Let's make it interesting. Its back was turned. It got wounded pretty badly by McLean. So yeah, you've jumped, behind its back, and you swing your crowbar. Roll damage. 1d8. You've smashed this thing hard. Actually, you've stabbed it with the longer part of the crowbar towards one of the bullet holes in its back, and again you had this feeling of stabbing into a phone book that's been completely soaked in water. This thing, shuddered, and for a split second your crowbar wasn't stuck in it. Your crowbar was just there in the air, but then it reappeared. And you think in the last act of desperation, it raises its claws and tries to slash at Shaw. And this is our 5th turn. And I'm going to roll. And it failed completely. And then Shaw finished the ritual. He spoke the last few words as this thing was literally hovering behind him, above him, trying to rip his head clean off. He said the last few words in this strange language. You're not sure if it's Japanese or Chinese. And this thing simply stopped. Its hands flew down, just it looks like it almost slumped its shoulders. The claws disappeared. Once again, they are simply petite feminine hands, completely white. The wounds in its back, the bullet wounds and the crowbar gash, healed almost instantly. The figure landed on the ground, and only now you hear a sigh of relief, but not coming from any of you, nor Shaw, but from Onryo itself. It's like, and then she's gone. She's no longer there. Shaw drops the manuscript, the scroll, and falls to his knees, panting heavily, exhausted, or rather probably just terrified. In the distance, you still hear Agent Power's screams. Well, he's not too far away. Remember, just every turn is like it's a few seconds, so he's relatively close.
I would let him just keep going.
But it's done. It's completely done. You retrieved Power, a few minutes later. He was huddled under a tree. Power, what kind of mental illness did you had from
Megalomania.
Megalomania. Losing 2+ Sun in any single row triggers an acute episode in which every hint of doubt about your agent's superiority fills him or her with indignation. That causes every use of stat or skill to get help or make a good impression to fail.
I became a big old dick.
Yeah, you find him huddled under a tree. Power, you see you don't know how much time has passed, but eventually you see McLean, who's he's he holds his left arm, which is completely covered in blood, and you see Johnson holding a crowbar and Shaw walking slowly and stiffly behind them. They approach you. Guys, you see Agent Power laying on the ground. He looks calmish.
Hey, Power, looks like we can go home.
Let's get some Applebee's, bud.
Ooh.
Well, says Shaw, she was behind me, right?
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, I wasn't exactly sure that this would work. But I'm glad that this prayer at least was legit, as they say. We should take you to the hospital, Agent.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Blood pouring out my arm.
Yeah, the blood is slowly it slowly stops pouring, but it hurts like hell. Really, it really does. One of you retrieved Power's Bowie knife, and all of you returned to town. And so, long story short, first you went to Dr. Rios, who didn't even question how you got this wound, Agent McLean. He simply, bandaged you as best as he could, gave you some painkillers. You can just, you are on full heal, Sean, just so you know.
Cool.
Then I guess you've contacted your handler.
Mission
And
accomplished.
yeah, and you've told him everything about this. In a few hours,
We.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, fuck. Well, I don't know where the scroll is now, but I would say, hey, can we have that scroll?
You're asking Shaw?
Yeah.
He gives it to you. Yeah, sure. Yep, no problem.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep, cheap. I can even give you this, this Chinese stress balls free, and he, gives you a pair
No, that's okay. Just a scroll. Thank you.
Okay, sure. He offers you a pair of authentic.
You're gonna need that armor too, the samurai armor.
No, I'm not parting with that, he says, and he, protectively stands in front of his fake samurai armor. But you can have the balls if you want. They really help with stress.
Come on, bud, take the balls.
Yes, I've been holding these up my ass the entire time.
No, they're not like those kind of balls. They are. You squeeze them in your hand, for fuck's sake.
Just cup them gently.
Buzz them, right? Yeah. Okay, if no one wants a new set of balls, then Shaw keeps them for himself. Anyway, in a few hours, a helicopter lands on the outskirts of town. An ordinary-looking, actually civilian-looking Bell, and the pilot asks you by your names. I mean, the handler told you where to meet your transport. The pilot asks if you are Johnson, McLean, and Power. When you say yes, I presume, then he simply says, "Hop in."
Yep.
And you hop in, and then you fly away to the nearest larger town, a good dozen miles from this one, where you're being debriefed by your handler. I remember he never told you his name. You don't know him. He's an older gentleman in glasses, and he loves those old polo shirts. Unless you want me to, unless you specify, I presume that you tell him everything. I mean the whole truth.
Yeah.
If you want to hide something, then please tell me. But there might be roles required for this.
Nope. I intend to tell him everything that happened and say, here's the scroll that banished this fucking thing.
Interesting, he says. He smokes a lot, by the way. Even though you are in some, you're not sure this is some kind of warehouse which you think is still in use. Not at this moment, but it's not. But it didn't look like an abandoned building when you entered it. And there were signs no smoking, but he smokes. Interesting, he says. Very well. You did a good job. You did a good job, agents. Hopefully, with this thing banished, the town will return to normal. Well, as normal as it can, after so many unfortunate deaths. So this whole thing could have been prevented, if not for human curiosity. Anyway, the program thanks you. You can return to your normal lives, at least for now, until you're activated again, he says. That's all. Thank you. And there's a car rental company a few streets from here. You can rent a car and, drive back home or to the airport or whenever you want. Goodbye. And he leaves. So you guess, you won't be getting a ride back home in the chopper. So you are standing outside this building at the outskirts of this larger town, small city, looking at each other. What do you want to say to each other at the end of this operation? Our experience with Delta Green, which for some time, at least probably longer time, will be on hiatus.
I quit.
I think you need to take a long vacation, Agent Power.
I'm gonna take a long vacation on Tybee Island. I'm just gonna live on island time from now on. Y'all go fuck yourselves. I'll be chilling down there with Jimmy Buffett and all that shit. Y'all have fun with dragons and ghosts and zombies and bullshit. I'm gonna go get drunk in a fucking pitcher of margaritas and watch old people dance to an old man singing about how much he loves that cheeseburger.
I think that's something we can all aspire to.
Nope. It's only me. Y'all fuck yourselves.
Well, Agent Johnson, where are you headed off to?
Probably back to Europe for a bit. I have some affairs to see too.
Ah, affairs.
Yeah. Good choice of words.
Sounds good. All right. Well, I'm gonna go back and see my family and try to see if I still have a business to run.
Yeah, and well, that's where you part ways. Probably some of you rent a car, drive to the airport, or nearest train or bus station. Maybe some of you even take the car that you've rented back to your hometown, home city. Once again, you stop being Delta Green agents and are just now ordinary Americans. But even as you part ways, even as each of you go your separate ways, go home, you know that it's only a matter of time before Delta Green needs you again. And that's where we end this operation. Project Paper Tiger. Yeah, so I just want to say, you did 100%. You did 100%. Yeah. Mission fucking accomplished. So, everyone gets back. How many 70 points? There was this. Actually, everyone gets back. Let's say 10 70 points.
Okay, I'll take 10.
Next time, maybe there will be even more. Like next time that we'll play it in probably longer time, I may give you more sanity on the start. So everyone gets 10 sanity points. And anyone of you lost willpower? I don't think so, right?
No willpower.
Okay, so you don't get that back.
Well, a melee.
Yeah. Please, just as we are ending, roll for your stats, those that you failed today.
I think that's the only test I took.
I mean, sorry, not, roll how many points you get, right?
Oh, is it just we don't have? Oh, this is so we're not rolling to fail. We just roll for how many points? So it's 1 to 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
So I had an opportunity. Like, you said I could roll human or role play one part, and I role played it, and I think I got the information I was after, but
you can roll for
I didn't have
human.
enough to fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can roll for human. Let's see.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
When fails are good.
Boys, I'm going to be in the bathroom for the next hour or so.
Sure.
I'll go ahead and hop off.
All right.
So
All right, later, dude.
Thank
y'all.
you.
Bye.
We'll finish this next time. Warhammer. Take care, Michael. Bye.
Okay, so I got 2 points in firearms and 1 point in human. Those are the only 2 things I failed.
Okay. So that's that. So tell me. Oh, interesting thing, Brian. When you smashed it with your crowbar at the end, I thought that you were going to kill it because it was on 2 HP left. It had 2 HP left, and you rolled 1.
I had the horrible damage rolls though.
Yeah. If you would roll 2, you would banish it. And because there was this thing that after the ritual lasts 10 turns, but it appears after the ritual starts for 1d3 plus 3 if I recall correctly, or 1d6
okay.
plus 3. Yeah, sorry, 1d6 plus 3, and I rolled 3, so 6 total turns. So we practically, technically had one more turn, but I decided that it was so weak, and it failed to interrupt Sean before. So the ritual, like, I mean, it's even stated in the scenario that at some point during the ritual, it gets calmer, like, it stops attacking. So I thought that this is a good point. It's been weakened. It stops attacking, and the ritual worked, and it went to afterlife or wherever those things go. So yeah, cool. So you did this textbook from start to finish. It was very well done on your behalf. So yeah, excellent job, guys. So tell me before we end, what do you think of Delta Green? What do you like about it? What you don't like about it? I'm anxious to hear your opinions.
I personally like Delta Green. I think it's fun. I mean, it's just I mean, I feel like it's similar to WFRP in many ways. Because you're rolling skills, and you essentially you suck at most of them.
You never have everything you need, so it has the same survival feel to it.
No, I thought it was fun.
Okay.
I mean, I think if we if we go back to WFRP, and when you need a break from that, and we come back to this, that's cool.
Yeah, I think that's a nice change, while it's also rather similar, I think,
Yeah.
What about you, Brian? What did you like? What you didn't like about it? I'm curious to hear.
I like the setting that it's modern. That you could kind of do some like modern problem solving and stuff.
Yeah. As opposed to like if you were playing in the 20s in regular Call or something like that.
Like Warhammer Fantasy Roll, like we'll hop in a car and follow you, like, you know what I mean, like things like that. Like that's it's just a different type of role play. I like it. I mean, it's like refreshing.
Yeah, I think it worked well. If I would have to say something, one thing with Delta Green is that on GM's part, it requires a bit more work than Warhammer, because the rules are rather vague, and many scenarios are also, like, for example, this one, which by the way won some kind of award. The Delta Green has this, they have this thing called Shotgun Scenario Contest each year, which which you can post your scenario, and then it can win, and it's actually posted on their web. I mean, it's posted on their website or on the what's the word? There's this fan page for Delta Green that actually organizes it. Anyway, this was the scenario which won this contest, and while it was good, I had to fill in a lot of stuff myself. For example, it says that you simply need to perform this ritual, but it never says how your agents can learn this ritual, or how they even should know this. I mean, it's in the files in the base, but it also expects you to think, well, we need to research Buddhist rituals to defeat this thing, And if your agents don't think about this and they just go to town, then first of all, Onryo can appear every hour. There is a 10% chance, and it rises, by the way, an attack. And by the way, it can, of course, like most Lovecraftian creatures, it can't be hurt. Because most Lovecraftian monsters are actually immune to damage completely because they're not from this reality. And this thing could only be hurt by magic, which in Lovecraftian games, magic is usually more dangerous to user than to the enemies. It's almost always, it almost always means that you lose a lot of sanity, or it can be only heard when the ritual is performed. So I've introduced Show, because I thought that actually, this one cookie guy living in this town who's obsessed with, with various occult things is actually a pretty good thing to for the agents to use.
Yeah, I don't think we would have figured that out without.
I would actually ask you to roll to remember the notes, but even so, it would take a lot of time to find the ritual, learn it, perform it, and the thing is that Onryo every day was getting stronger, and at some point it would be able to to physically manifest all the time and actually burn the entire forest down, which those things do this. They want to cause maximum destruction all around them because they are vengeful spirits. They are essentially thing from Grudge or from the Ring. They are thing from the real Japanese folklore. So, for example, this was a problem for me. One more problem was the base with the colonel. The colonel was never explained. I had to I had to practically invent every single NPC here except for the crazy guy in the old people asylum. Every single NPC I had to create from scratch on the go.
That's rough.
And at the end, because the author says that Onryo attacks by sucking out soul, which it does by in games mechanics, it means that it sucks out your magic points, and when it sucks the last one, you die. You get the fever and you die. That's how it killed those people. It just removed all the magic and willpower points, but it also attacks physically. Hence the hiker with no head. But there's a single problem. It doesn't have any stats for this. I mean, it has physical stats, but it doesn't have stats for combat. In Delta Green, every monster has a percentage. Every monster, every opponent has a percentage. How much it has to roll to hit you. Onryo doesn't have this, so I use Zombie from the Delta Green Agent's Handler's Handbook, which I thought was suitable because it had. Onryo, I don't think it's a master close combatant. It's like this angry spirit. It's not like a fucking ninja. So it had 30% chance to hit you, which was honestly very low. But I thought that it's fitting. So this was my gripe with this particular scenario. And it's a good thing that you didn't open the lantern in the base, because there was another spirit there. And this one was Fire Vampire. If you know your HP Lovecraft, then you know that this is one of monsters that's actually from the mythos, and this thing got stats, and this thing was in many ways worse than the final boss.
God.
So the Fire Vampire, for example, had 85% chance to damage you for 2d6 burn plus magic point drain, and it wasn't. You wouldn't be able to hurt it in any way. Although it was vulnerable to water, but I don't think that you would. Yeah, because those things are from a dimension of pure fire, and they just. It was captured by the Japanese, by their Shinto priests during the war, and it was stuffed in the lantern. And the funny thing is that I actually didn't roll for that, but I was tempted. It says in the scenario that if you handle the lantern badly, for example, if you drop it or if you even hit it, then it can open and the vampire can come out.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, well, you did ask me if I drop it. I think one time. Right?
Yeah, I remember that. But that was.
I knew it would be bad. I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah. But I liked it a lot. So anyway, thank you for the game. It was very fun. This Delta Green for the past few months, and it actually thanks for for the chance to run this, because I needed a break from Warhammer, but now I'm very happy to return to it. I'll create new character sheets for you guys, and I'll create new character sheet for your friend Jason. Brian. Keith, okay, yeah. I'll remember that. Thank you. So he'll be able to upload it, and we also need to invite him to our Roll20 server, just so so he can do this. And and next time, probably 2 weeks, we'll start. Return to Warhammer. I'm very hyped for this as well, because I think this is a system that always works in our group. I believe. So
yeah.
It's like honestly, I think it's the best role-playing system I've played.
Yeah, in many ways, I think so too. I mean, lately I've been, gravitating towards the modern day settings, but I like Warhammer a lot, especially with the right group and right approach. Like, for example, I wouldn't like it if I would be playing with people who are min-maxing all the time and trying to make the strongest builds, stuff like that. I don't like this kind of. I mean, I'm just not fit for this kind of parties. But you guys always try to make more climactic characters than I need to be the strongest one, which is I think very good because every single character in this group has been memorable to me. Sally, Leopold, right? Lucas and Vincent, they were awesome. So I'm glad that we are getting back, and as I said before, it will be a few short scenarios first, and then maybe we'll try some kind of demi campaign, or maybe even a longer one. We shall see.
Me and Sean's characters would know each other from the trade.
Okay.
And Keith and Michael's characters could know each other from, they're both from the Moot, Sterling area.
Sure. Okay. No problem. Yeah, it
just
will,
like traveling buddies sort of thing.
Yeah, it will make things easier. So I appreciate that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So Sean, convert your character to second edition. I can send you the file if you want.
Oh, okay. I just found it on Cubicle 7, and I was just trying to remember what my password was if I have one.
But I think you should be able to download it for free because it's a freebie.
Yeah, it's free, but they want me to check out. They want me to create. I say check out as a new customer. It's like create an account.
Okay.
There's no guest, or at least I'm not seeing the guest. Oops, what's happening here? What am I doing? What's going on?
Well, if you have any problems,
anyway.
then let me know and I'll send it to you.
No worries.
Brian, you already have your character ready. From what I understand, yes, you.
Yeah, I need to switch it to the other character sheet though.
Okay, so please remember and tell Kiv this if you could as well. For a story, you get a single fate point, and if you make a cool character sheet or art or something like that, I can give you either a bonus points, or maybe a magical item, stuff like this if you want, just like we did last time.
Okay.
And remember, we are starting from the bottom, so to speak. But if I recall correctly, in second edition you gain a free 100 points at the beginning.
Yeah.
So also remember that you have this. You can spend it on your character.
Okay.
So thank you guys, and I'll hear you next time. Take care and bye.
Later, guys.
Oh.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.